Good morning, I'm Joe Brusuela, Senior Economist at Bloomberg LP, with your Bloomberg Economic Brief Morning Cup of Joe. Okay, so happy tax day to everybody out there. I hope you got them filed. We do got some interesting things going on here in the markets this morning. Overnight, things look very strong in Asia, followed over into Europe. We had some very good and very strong retail sales data. Hey, on that retail sales data, that did boost up my tracking growth model to 2.5%. It's very interesting. Over the past 10 days, we've seen a real increase, or rather improvement, in the data flow out of the United States. Just 10 days ago, we were tracking a one handle on first quarter 2012 growth. We moved all the way to 2.5%, primarily due to that swing in trade and that better sales data that we saw yesterday. That has boosted spirits here in the market. Equity shares look to open strongly once we get open here in New York, and yields on the 10-year Treasury are falling. Here in New York today, or rather in the United States today, we're going to see housing starts data at 8:30 and industrial production data at 9:15. Now, on the starts data, the combination of unseasonably warm weather throughout the month of March and rising demand for multifamily dwellings is likely to support a modest increase in U.S. housing starts on the month. Now, remember, starts have run a bit slower than permits over the past few months, and that's always a sign that you're going to get a burst in housing starts over the next couple months. I think we're going to see that this month. I think that there's good, strong upside risk on the Bloomberg consensus 1% increase, or roughly an increase to 705,000 at annualized pace. So watch that at 8:30 this morning. Now at 9:15, things are going to get very interesting when we see that industrial production number. Now, we've seen a decline in aggregate hours worked, a decline in mining activity, and a slowdown in natural gas extraction over the last month, and that does pose a risk that overall industrial production will either A, come in flat, or actually contract on the month. Now, what's interesting is the Bloomberg consensus forecast suggests we should see a 0.3% increase. Why? Well, it's the weather. What we saw in March was a very unseasonably warm month, and one of the major swing factors in this industrial report every month is demand for utilities. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to watch that utilities number closely, and what I suggest is extract the utilities contribution to overall growth in industrial production after you get the report, and that'll give you a much better picture of where the underlying trend in manufacturing activity is in the economy as we begin to head into the mid part of 2012. I'm Joe Brusuelas, and it's been your Bloomberg Economic Brief Morning Cup of Joe.